If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Well, hi again, everyone. Reese Landon here with Tyler ISD Athletics. We have baseball tonight, 5A District 15. It's Pine Tree and Tyler High getting ready to go in for this one about 10 minutes before first pitch. It's Tyler High and Pine Tree, as I just mentioned. Longview Pine Tree coming into this one. They are 9-7 overall, 0-2 in District 15 of 5A. On the other side, Tyler High comes in at 1-12 overall. They are 0-2 in District 15 of 5A. One of these teams tonight, they're going to have their first district win. We've got to figure out who that is as we go on, but should be a good one. Dante Martinez, the right-hander, a senior, taking the mound here tonight for Tyler High, trying to get them their first district win in their first district home game of the season. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to break down all this game has to offer. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We're back here live from Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. Reese Lannon with Tyler ISD Athletics. Tyler High and Pine Tree. Let's do it, shall we? So Pine Tree, let's talk about the Pirates, who come into this one 9-7 overall. A couple of their key wins on the year. They beat Cannon, who is 14-4 overall, 9-8. They also beat Malakoff, who is 9-5 by a score of 7-0. You look at the key losses, both have came in district play. They lost last Tuesday against White House. That final, a 10-0 win for the White House Wildcats, so the margin of victory 10 for White House against both Tyler High and Pine Tree. Another loss last week against Marshall. That was a 5-3 defeat. Prior to these couple of contests, they also dropped a game to Maybank by a score of 7-3, so they've lost 3 in a row coming in. But before that, they rattled off 7 in a row, beating Mineola, Rains, Cannon, Brownsboro, Malakoff, Van Alstyne, and Athens. So 7 wins prior to that. And then you look at the first 6 games, they were just 2-4. So it's been a lot of Jekyll and Hyde so far in the season on the side of Pine Tree as they look to break this 3-game losing streak against Tyler High. Tyler High, as I mentioned, they're going to send the right-hander in Dante Martinez to the mound, a senior who will continue his collegiate baseball career next year at the junior college level. Comes into this one 5 games, all of which have been starts. 1 win, 4 losses, a 5.77 ERA on the season. He has allowed 16 hits and 17 innings, 14 earned runs, 4 walks, 32 strikeouts. Batting average against sitting at .239. He is striking out nearly 2 batters an inning, and Tyler High hoping for more of the same out of the right-hander here tonight. We're going to step aside for just a moment, play the anthem. When we come back, we're going to go over the starting lineups and the defensive alignments. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We're back here live from Mike Carter Field in Tyler, getting ready to go in this one as the Lions take the field. But first, let's go over the batting order for the visiting Pine Tree Pirates, who are headed by first-year head coach Jared Davidson, assisted by Brad Drust and Jeremiah Robertson. Leading off and catching, wearing number 7, Dean McMillan. He is a senior. Batting second at third base, senior number 4, Colin Estes. Batting third and playing shortstop, a freshman wearing number 14, Boston Johnson. Batting in the cleanup spot and pitching, wearing number 3, a junior, Matthew Cates. Hitting in the 5 spot at first base, wearing number 10, he is a senior, Jose Aranda. Batting in the 6th spot, playing left field, wearing number 6, that is Travion Nafrady. He is a junior. Batting 7th and wearing number 18 in right field, a sophomore, Dalen Montgomery. Batting 8th in center field, Caden Donnelly. He's a senior. Batting 9th at second base, it is Brooks Brown. He is a junior. And now on the side of Tyler High, here is how their defensive alignment goes, as you can see on your screen right there. Outfield left to right, it goes Malachi De Leon, Marquise Potts, Nico Viramontes. Infield left to right goes Oscar Salas, Juan Higuera, Felipe Velasquez, and then over at first base, misinterpreted, it is Jose Zabaleta over there at first base, not Felipe Velasquez. The battery, Dante Martinez and DeMarcus Pierce. That is how Tyler High will line up defensively. And now here comes the leadoff man for Pine Tree. It's the catcher in Dean McMillan getting ready to start this one off. McMillan, the senior, stands in from the right side. About ready to get going in this one. Tyler High, Pine Tree High. Hope you have fun with this, and we get ready to play ball. Into the box, and the first pitch misses down and away for ball one. As I mentioned, Dante Martinez comes into this game. This is start number 6 for him, as time is called. Martinez looks like he's got to tie his shoe for just a moment. Pine Tree 9-7 overall. Martinez still getting that shoe right. As you can see, Tyler High wearing the white jerseys, white pants, and white caps with the blue bill. The side of the Pine Tree Pirates, it's gray pants, blue caps, blue jerseys, yellow accent. Martinez back to it as the right-hander winds and fires. There it is, fastball over the outside corner for a called strike one. The last start Dante Martinez made here at Mike Carter Field couldn't have gone any better. He was perfect, 5 perfect innings. He struck out 14 batters. A win over Winona as that one bounces in there. Now the count is 2-1. Right-hander back and ready to go. Middle of the bump. As there's a fastball that pops a little bit high, a little bit away, and now the count is 3-1. You can hear the train whistle going by as the 3-1, and that misses down, ball 4. So a leadoff walk here for Dean McMillan as he's aboard safely. Now here comes Colin Estes. Estes, no stranger to these Tyler High Lions. More on that in just a moment. As he gets ready to saunter into the box. Looks like he's got card to read in his back pocket as he stands in. Runner on, nobody out here in the first. Solid lead over there for the catcher in McMillan. Estes is scoring to bunt as there's a throw back, and it gets past Zabaleta. It rolls up the first base line. Motoring into second base is McMillan, and that'll be a throwing error on Dante Martinez. So 90 feet on the error for McMillan, and just like that, Pine Tree has a runner in scoring position here. Nobody out. Martinez checks on second and fires home as there's a check swing, high fastball, and I believe that was a ball. There was no appeal granted. The count now 1-0. Martinez checking second once again. So there's a fastball that rides away for ball 2. So struggling a little bit with the fastball command in the early going. Shadows starting to creep in onto the infield here at Mike Carter. (2-0) and the pitch. Fastball tapped foul. On sign off that time for Estes once again. Runner able to move up to second on the error, so no sense in really wasting the out, at least from the Pine Tree perspective. Boston Johnson, the hard-hitting freshman, is on deck. Two and one. Long check, and the breaking ball drops in just high, ball 3. So the count now 3-1. And here, if you're Martinez, you can't be too over-aggressive, especially with the base open, but Johnson on deck. Check on second. There's a fastball tap slowly down to third. Going to be a tough play. Salas on the charge, makes the throw on the run. It's just late, and it gets by the glove of Zabaleta, who tried to scoop it out. In to score comes the runner in McMillan on his way to second, and in there safely is Estes. It's 1-0 Pine Tree. So the Pirates on the board first.
Number 14, Boston Johnson.
And now here's Boston Johnson. So pretty much the exact same situation. Runner on second, nobody out, but already one home for Pine Tree. He scored an error on Salas. And here comes Boston Johnson. What I meant to say about Colin Estes last year against Tyler High, he had 12 strikeouts and also scored a run in a 3-2 loss against the Lions. So here's Johnson, just a freshman, as he hacks and misses at that first pitch for strike one. Johnson, so far this year, has really gotten it going with the bat. Last game against Marshall, he had a couple of hits, including a double, also knocked in 2 runs, as time called before the pitch. Tyler High playing pretty much straight up. A sunny afternoon has started to fade into night, as there's a hack and a miss. Now the count stands at 0-2. But it isn't overly warm. It's actually a bit cool here today. Game time temperatures in the middle 60s. 0-2 count. Martinez a check on second. Not much of a lead for Estes as that one misses down. Now the count is 1-2. Get into our trivia question in the third inning of this contest. One-two count, a pause, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Martinez got him swinging. Down goes Johnson, one away.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, MJ.
First strikeout for Dante Martinez, who now has 33 on the year and not even 18 innings pitched. And now here comes the cleanup hitter and pitching, MJ Cates. Cates, a junior, plays a little bit of everywhere for Pine Tree. That first pitch misses for ball one. Cates at bat. On deck is Jose Aranda. A bunch of righties here to start it for Tyler High. As that one misses down and in and gets away from the catcher and Pierce. Moving up 90 feet is Estes. And now there's a runner on third with just one out. So a chance to get on the board once more here if you're Pine Tree. Already one run home in the first inning. A walk started it. Then a throwing error moved the runner up. Another error brought a run home and moved that batter to second base in Estes. And now Estes moves up to third. So there's a big hack and a miss. Fastball. Now the count 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And that fastball rides high and in. Ball 3. Count standing right here at 3-1. Next is Aranda. There's a big hack and a miss, and now the count is full. So Martinez has worked it full in the count, trying to put away Cates. He struck out the batter before him in Johnson. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Got him on strikes, and that'll do it for MJ Cates. So nice job by Martinez to bounce back off a couple of errors, that run being unearned tagged against him, and now he's got a chance to leave a runner at third. Here's Jose Aranda. Aranda, the first baseman. As first pitch fastball right down Broadway for strike one. Exactly what you want if you're Seth Gibson and that Tyler High dugout right now. Martinez is finding his command, and he's throwing the fastball right by Pine Tree. 0-1. There's one right over the corner. It's 0-2. So quickly ahead, Martinez a chance to strike out 3 in a row to end the inning. Leave a runner over at third in the process. 0-2. Back to the hold from the belt. Here it is. Swung on and skied into the air. Shallow right center field. Who wants it? Viramontes ranging over, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So that'll do it here in inning number 1. Pine Tree gets a run on an error, and we're off to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Oh, we're back here from Tyler High and Pine Tree here at Mike Carter Field, as Pine Tree taking the field, and we get our first look at their starter in MJ Cates. Now let's talk about some of the guys behind MJ Cates, shall we, as we get ready to go over the defensive alignment here for the visiting Pine Tree Pirates. Once again, first-year head coach Jared Davidson. You look at the outfield going from left to right. Left field, Travion Nefrady. Center field, Caden Donnelly. And then in right field, Dalen Montgomery. Infield, left to right, Colin Estes, Boston Johnson. Second baseman, Brooks Brown. First baseman, Jose Aranda. And the battery, MJ Cates. And behind the plate, Dean McMillan. So in steps the bat of Nico Viramontes. Once again, the lineup for Tyler High: Viramontes, De Leon, Martinez, Pierce, Velasquez, Higuera, Johnson, Salas, and Potts. So we get ready to go here. Bottom of the first inning, and that first pitch is in there for a ball, and the count 1-0. As Viramontes swings and tags this one out of play. We're even at 1-1. Viramontes seeing most of his time in right field so far this year. Has 4 hits on the season. So he watches that one over at the knees for a strike, and now the count is 1-2. One-two from the wide. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that just didn't really break in. Count now 2-2 on Viramontes. Viramontes, De Leon, Martinez here for Tyler High in the first inning. The 2-2 break even. And he got him swinging. MJ Cates with his first strikeout as Viramontes down on strikes, 1 away.
Left fielder, number 4, Malachi De Leon.
So now 1 out. And here comes Malachi De Leon, who started to figure it out a bit offensively as he'll stand in, batting in the 2 spot today, playing left field. De Leon, just a sophomore, to stand in against MJ Cates. First pitch, swung on and grounded slowly over to the right side. Backhand first baseman Aranda onto the bag himself, and quickly 2 away here in the first.
Now batting the pitcher, number 1, Dante Martinez.
2 outs, here comes Dante Martinez. Dante leading the team in pretty much every offensive category right now. Will stand in, bases empty and 2 away. Slash line right now of 286, 429, 393. OPS at 821 as he watches a high breaker for ball 1. Interestingly enough, I mentioned most offensive categories. He actually does not have an RBI yet this year. as he swings and drives this one into left field, but moving back and to his left, the left fielder Nafredi, he'll make the catch for out number 3. That'll do it in the bottom of the first inning. Off to the second, 1-0 Pine Tree. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Back and rearing to go here as we get ready to start the second inning. As Pine Tree coming to the plate once again. They sent 5 to the plate in the first inning. Ended up with 1 run. It was an unearned run, and now we've got 6, 7, 8 here to start the second inning. Dante Martinez back out of the mound for Tyler High. Bit of bad luck in the first inning. As here's Travion Nafredi, who squares the bunt, but bunts fouls. That one rolls up the turf first base side. It's 0-1. Nafredi, the left fielder here today for Pine Tree. He's a junior. Another right-handed batter. It looks like our first left-handed batter on deck as that fastball rides a little bit high. Count is even here at 1-1. So 6 straight righties to start it for Pine Tree. Their first lefty appears to be Dallin Montgomery in the on-deck circles. Ooh, that one can't feel great. A foul tip. It looked like it maybe got Pierce. Now walk out to the mound. And talk things over. Looks like he'll be okay. Might have got the home plate ump as well. A foul tip right back. And it looks like everybody's okay. Ready to get back to it now. The count 1-2. Martinez was able to get the final 3 outs of the first inning after allowing a walk. And then a man to reach on an error, which brought home a run. Strikeout, fly out to right. Here's a ground ball, hard hit over to the right side, knocked down by the second baseman. Velasquez picks up and has no chance. A lot of speed up the line that time for Nafredi.
Now batting right fielder number 18.
And a runner on now for Pine Tree with nobody out. That'll be an error on the second baseman in Velasquez. So a runner on in Nafredi. Here's Dallin Montgomery, sophomore right fielder, standing in. As Nafredi's going, first pitch is lined just over the glove of a jumping Velasquez into right field. Motoring all the way on to third base goes the runner in Nafredi, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out for Pine Tree here in the second. Nearly a double play. Velasquez skied in the air, but was just a little bit short. Could have been a double play. Instead, it's first and third with nobody out, and here is Caden Donnelly. Donnelly, the center fielder, squaring the bunt before the first pitch. We'll see if maybe we have some movement off third base as Martinez will step off and look everybody back. That hit by Montgomery, also the first of the day by either side. Squaring the bunt once again, Donnelly, as he bunts it straight back to the screen, foul. Nice catch off the ricochet by DeMarcus Pierce. Count here is 0-1. Well, the Tyler High corners aren't playing specifically up. Now Salas creeping in just a bit. See if the bunt sign's still on for Donley. Slightly open stance from the right side. Next is the bottom of the order and Brooks Brown. He's squaring again. Runner from first goes, and it is a perfect bunt over to first. Zabaleta up with it. He's got to hurry, and he just tags the bag in time, but heads up base running by Montgomery. He'll wheel all the way over to third on the play, and it is now 2-0 Pine Tree. That's exactly what you want, and Caden Donley almost came up with a hit to his credit. A really good bunt over to first. Zabaleta had to snag it and then tag the bag with his glove. Just got there in time. So the RBI to Donley, and now here's the bottom of the order, Brooks Brown, as he watches a high fastball. So Nafrati scores. Montgomery on to third base, and just one out in the inning. Here's a slicer back to the screen. Count is even here at 1-1. Pine Tree, they're looking for their first district win of the year here tonight. They've certainly come out swinging the bats. 1-1, that fastball is high. Top of the order on deck, and Dean McMillan, who led this game off with a walk and came around to score. Two and one count. Martinez brings it in. And there's a fastball that caught the outside corner. Counts even at 2-2. Two-two and the pitch. Swung on and popped up. Foul and back and out of play towards the parking lot. We'll keep it right here. 2-2 on Brooks Brown. Second baseman wearing number 2. He's a junior, also pitches. As that one tips in there, and it's going to get away from Pierce. This will score a run. Trotting in to score on the play comes the runner that time, and Dalen Montgomery, and it is 3-0 Pine Tree. So they take advantage. And it's now a 3-0 game. So the Pirates in complete control right now. Base is empty now for Brown. 3-2 and the pitch. Misses high and away, ball 4. So Brown walks, and that'll flip things back to the top of the order. And to the plate comes Dean McMillan.
Now batting the catcher, number 7, Dean McMillan.
McMillan into the box. Big lead off of first for Brown. He might be running. He's not first pitch, as that one is sliced back. Foul. Count is 0-1. One on, one out. The inning started with Travion Nafrati reaching on an error. He came around to score. Then Dalen Montgomery, a single. He came around to score. Then Brooks Brown, a walk. 0-1 count. Holding at the belt, now a pick back over towards the bag. Keep it right here at 0-1. Martinez back in holding. There's a fastball right down the seam, strike 2. Martinez fights slightly ahead in the count. Still got to get the batter at the plate here, and Dean McMillan. On deck, Colin Estes, who reached on an error his first time. Another big lead for Brown. The 0-2. Swung on and grounded right through the left side and into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding second, parking there is the runner in brown. It's first and second with just one out, and the second hit of the inning for Pine Tree.
Third baseman number 4, Colin Estes.
Still just one out, and we're starting to get to the meat and the potatoes of the lineup. Here is the two-hitting Colin Estes. Ground ball hit very hard into the hole that time, and no chance for the Lion defense. So first and second, one out for Estes. As I mentioned last year right here at Mike Carter Field, that was April the 14th, 2023. He struck out 12 batters against Tyler High. Scoring to bunt here before the first pitch as the fastball misses. Delayed steal, and in safely at third base is the runner in brown. And actually, the ball ricocheting off of his leg might have saved a run for the Lions. Straight double steal. They were moving a little bit before the bunt and really got going after the batter at the plate, and Estes took the pitch. So the double steal puts a couple into scoring position here for Pine Tree. They look to capitalize. 1-0. There's a strike. As the throwback to Martinez, a little bit over his head, but no movement on the bags. They count now 1-1. This is a dangerous situation here. You don't have the force out. Just one out in the inning. And runner 90 feet away. Fastball high. We move to 2-1. On deck is the three-hitting Boston Johnson. Behind him is MJ Cates. 2-1 pitch. Fastball right over the inside corner for a strike, and we're even at 2-2. Counts even, 2-2. Martinez winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Got him on the high fastball that time, and Estes bunched up on it. Third strikeout for Dante Martinez as he gets the big second out of the inning. Well, he really needed that, and now the infield can kind of relax a bit, but still a hot hitter at the plate, Boston Johnson. As that first pitch misses for ball one. Time now momentarily called, and it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner. Off the bench here to run for Pine Tree is Braylon Davis. As Davis will pinch run here. He'll pinch run for Dean McMillan, who's the catcher, and he's got to get ready for the next inning. There's a fastball right over the outside corner. That's a good pitch for Martinez. He lives in a good spot. There's another swing and a miss on the fastball. Now it's 1-2. Head in the count. 1-2, Martinez fires. Got him swinging. Big strikeout for Dante Martinez as he punches out the last couple of Pirates here in the second inning. Pine Tree gets a couple more. 3-0. We're through 1.5. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on Tyler ISD Athletics.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Back here and moving as we get ready to start the bottom of the second inning. Pine Tree 3, Tyler High none. Reese Landon here with Tyler ISD Athletics. Pine Tree's dominated early goings in this one as Tyler High looks to get the bats going. 4-5-6-2 up in the order. Here is DeMarcus Pierce. Pierce, the catcher, to stand in. Back on the mound, MJ Cates. A 1-2-3 first inning with a strikeout. That fastball misses a touch high for ball one. Other action going on tonight in District 15 of 5A. I'm sure both Pine Tree and Tyler High looking at these games. There's a swing and a miss. Fastball that time from Cates. It's 1-1. You have Marshall taking on Texas High. Longview taking on Hallsville. So that one spikes in there, missing. Count out 2-1. And then Mount Pleasant and White House. Once again, Mount Pleasant, White House, Hallsville, Longview, Marshall, and Texas High. Those are the games going on tonight outside of this one. Count is now ran to 3-1. So DeMarcus Pierce trying to start the inning off here for Tyler High. He's ahead in the count. 3-1, and that misses high. Ball four, he lost him. Leadoff walk here for DeMarcus Pierce, and that is the first base runner tonight for Tyler High. Here comes Felipe Velasquez. Velasquez, the second baseman, will hit as we have a pinch runner off the bench. Looks like John Cerna is going to go out there and run for Pierce. So some more speed onto the base pass for Tyler High. We'll see if Cerna tries to take advantage of that. And in waiting Velasquez as he swings and fouls that one to the screen. Counts 0-1. Tyler High played a couple of district games last week against a couple of heavy hitters. Longview, it was a tough one, a 15-0 loss. On Friday, they really stuck with White House for quite some time. That one misses high on the fastball. The count now 1-1. They really stuck with them for a while. It was even 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning against the number 6 ranked team in 5A in the entire state of Texas. But White House was able to kick it into gear, and they ended up winning 12-2. But if nothing else, some momentum towards a team that is traditionally one of the powerhouses in East Texas. A 1-1 count here on Velasquez. So he watches that one away, and now the count is moved to 2-1. Velasquez seen some time on the mound as well as at the plate, looking for potentially his first hit of the season right here. Has stolen 2 bases. See, swings and misses that time, and now it's even at 2-2. So Cates has worked back even. Cerna back off to a modest lead over there at first base. 2-2. And the pitch. Misses high. Snap throw down to first. And diving back into the bag goes Cerna. So the count is now full. For Velasquez here, you don't want to be too over-aggressive, but you got to protect the plate here with 2 strikes. We'll see if Cerna's running, maybe to stay out of a double play. 3-2, he is. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second on a hop is just by the shortstop that time in Johnson. It's a stolen base for John Cerna. Out on strikes, Felipe Velasquez. First steal of the year for John Cerna off the bench for Tyler High. So if nothing else, you've now got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here's the bat of Juan Higuera. Big lead off of second for Cerna. He wasn't even being held on. Now he's being held on a little bit by Johnson. So that fastball is over the outside corner. Strike 1. Sunshine is pretty much faded away. Shadows covering the field. Darkness coming on any couple of innings now. As there's a check swing and Higuera committed to it. No appeal needed that time. The home plate umpire calling it for strike two. So Higuera in a deep hole. On deck is Micah Johnson, who's DHing in the spot of Jose Zabaleta. 0-2. Got him swinging. Down on strikes, Juan Higuera, and that's back-to-back punch-outs for MJ Cates. He's got 3 of them on the night. And now it's up to Micah Johnson. Johnson DHing here today. He bats in the 7th spot, trying to find a way to bring home the runner in Cerna at second. As stepping off momentarily is Cates. Cates has been impressive so far. He's really commanded the zone in the early going. Some pop to his fastball. There's one right down the seam. Strike one. It's 0-1 here on Bo. Micah Johnson, nicknamed Bo. He's got a couple of hits so far on the year. When he gets on base, he can really run. He works the walk a little bit. As there's a called strike two. He has 9 steals. He hasn't been caught. Don't think Johnson was the biggest fan that time of that call, but nonetheless, he's down 0-2. On deck looms Oscar Salas. As there's a fastball at the knees for a called strike 3. How about that finish to the inning? Leadoff walk and then 3 straight strikeouts. MJ Cates has got 4 of them on the night. We're off to the 3rd inning. It's Pine Tree 3, Tyler High none. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Number 3, MJ.
We're back here and going as we get ready to start the 3rd inning. I noticed there was a bit of an audio advancement on the stream, hoping to have things figured out. Hopefully I'm a little bit behind now. Just jumping the gun a bit on your stream as the first pitch here, swing and a miss. MJ Cates tried to hit that one to the hills. Count 0-1 here on the pitcher for the Pirates. 0-1, that drops just low for ball 1. Count here 1-1. Martinez back to it from the wind. There's a slicer back. Count now 1-2. Yeah, hopefully the audio is fixed about as much as we can get. Audio being delayed just a moment here, but a 3-0 game. Glad you could join us. Reese Landon here with Tyler ISD Athletics. 1-2. Fastball down and away, it missed. We're even at a 2-2 count. Martinez back to the rubber. 2-2. Misses in. One with the fastball that time, it missed in. So now the count 3-2. He had back-to-back strikeouts in the 2nd inning, so potentially looking for his 3rd in a row, but he's in a full count now. 3-2, he winds and fires. Swung on and skied in the air, straight away left center field, pretty shallow. De Leon will come on and he'll glove it. 1 out. So 1 away here in the 3rd inning, and now here's Jose Aranda. Aranda getting a chance to hit here. Aranda, the first baseman, flew out to right field his first time. That ended the 1st inning as he hits this one high in the air, foul ground, first base side, and that is out of play. Clears the stands. And 0-1 count here on Jose Aranda. Martinez misses high and wide that time. Count now stands at 1-1. Martinez facing Aranda. Here on deck is the 6th hitting Travion Nafrady. As the 1-1 skied in the air, foul ground, first base side once again, and back and out of play once again. Counts move to 1-2. Nafrady next, who reached his first time. As here's a slow tapper over towards short. Third baseman Salas cuts it off. Throw to first is just wide. And now taking off for second base is the runner in Aranda, and he's in there standing up. So Aranda moves up 90 feet on the air, reaching on the air. Salas is second here tonight. And a runner into scoring position with 1 out. Here's Travion Nafrady. Four errors now on the column of Tyler High here tonight. One out in the inning. As first pitch, Nafrady tried to bunt it, and he couldn't get it off to a huge secondary lead was Aranda, but he couldn't go anywhere. Baseball birthdays on this date, a big one. Clayton Kershaw celebrating what I believe is, that is his 36th birthday, future Hall of Famer. And a Texas guy who went to Highland Park High School in the Dallas area. As scoring to bunt once again, Nafrady, and he can't get it again. So now he's behind 0-2 on a couple of bunt attempts. Certainly maybe not what you wanted there. 0-2, a check on second, and the pitch is swung on and skied in the air. Straight away left. De Leon started back. Here he comes, and he's got it. 2 away. So De Leon puts the squeeze on it, and now here comes the bat of Dallin Montgomery. Tyler High trying to hold Pine Tree off the scoring column for the first time in an inning tonight. Need to get an out here as Montgomery will stand in. Well, I'll give Dante Martinez a whole lot of credit for everything he's had to work around. He's done a pretty good job. 4 errors. He's limited the score tally, no big innings. There's one right at the knees. That's a good pitch for strike 1. So the count here, 0-1. Check on second. 0-1, he brings it home. And there's a big hack that time. Coming up empty was Montgomery. It's 0-2. So behind in the count, Montgomery, 0-2. The man on deck is Caden Donnelly. Martinez trying to strand a runner at second. There it is. Swung on, popped up, foul ground behind the plate. We'll see if Pierce has room, and he does not, just over on top of the screen. It bounds down onto the turf, and we'll keep it right here at 0-2. We'll also get into our baseball trivia question. Next inning. or next half inning, I should say. Martinez a walk back out to the mound. Oh, 0-2 is the count. Martinez a long look in. Montgomery trying to survive to see another, but he's not. Whoa! Okay, there's ball one. I caught myself going a little bit early that time. It looked like he backdoor breaking balled Montgomery. Pierce thought that. I think Montgomery thought that too, but evidently not. So the count now 1-2, and Martinez going back out to the hill. 1-2. And that one misses inside with a fastball. It's 2-2. Didn't seem like the Tyler High faithful, especially that dugout, was real happy with that call. Count is even here at 2-2. On deck, once again I mentioned it, is Caden Donley. Martinez a peek at second. Brings the 2-2 in. And it misses down. No, it's a called strike 3. Got him at the knees. Strikeout for Dante Martinez. Make that 5 of them here tonight. We're off to the bottom of the third inning, 3-0. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on...
If you love them enough to... If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Back here and moving as we get ready to start the bottom of the third inning here at Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas. 8-9, 1-2 up for Tyler High. A walk to lead off the second, but nothing more. As Salas watches that first one down for ball one. Salas hitting in the 8th spot. He's followed by Marquise Potts, who's batting 9th, and then Nico Viramontes at the top of the order. There's one over the outside corner. Called strike. 1-1. Well, you'd like to see Tyler High start to get the offense flowing, at least put some pressure on Cates, as there's a swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. Get to our baseball trivia question here real quick in this inning. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball left side. Charging is the third baseman Estes. Picks it up, fires on to first. 1 out. First out of the inning recorded on Oscar Salas. And now here comes the 9 hitting Marquise Potts. Potts, the center fielder, to stand pat into the box. Right-handed bat. First pitch. And that fastball misses down for a ball. The count 1-0 here on Potts. Potts, who's seen time at the top of the lineup, the bottom of the lineup, the middle of the lineup. He's kind of played a little bit everywhere. Strong defense in center field as there's a called strike. Count now 1-1. So our baseball trivia question of the day, we'll get back to it in just a moment. The right-hander Cates twirls it loose. Sliced back. There are 4 active pitchers who are closing in on 150 career wins. Who is the closest? The hint, the guy who is the closest has 145. The guy who has the least has 134. So they're all right in the same realm, as there's a breaking ball that misses. Count now 2-2. Is it A, Johnny Cueto, B, Lance Lynn, C, Madison Bumgarner, or D, Garrett Cole? Who is the closest to 150 career wins? As here's a foul ball tapper right around the plate. Once again, what pitcher is closest to 150 career wins? A, Johnny Cueto, B, Lance Lynn, C, Madison Bumgarner, or D, Garrett Cole? Give you a couple of innings to think about that. We'll revisit that one in the 5th inning. For now, the count now 2-2 on Potts. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Adam flailing that time of the breaking ball. The throw down to first is dropped initially and unable to be scooped out. Well, that's one Pine Tree would really like to have back. The catcher and McMillan went in front of the plate. Kind of a lackadaisical throw down to first base, and it was unable to be scooped. And Potts reaches on the strikeout. So a runner on, a runner out. Here's the top of the order, Nico Viramontes. Viramontes, the right fielder, struck out his first time through. Tyler High with a runner on and one who can move in Potts, as that first pitch misses for ball 1. Potts has 5 steals this year. He hasn't been caught yet. See if maybe he's on the move. Next is Malachi De Leon, followed by Dante Martinez. Viramontes showing bunt before the pitch. As he backs away, runner goes, throw down to second on a hop, and it is not in time. If it was able to be fielded cleanly by Johnson, the shortstop, maybe they would have had a shot at Potts. It would have been bang, bang. Instead, the throw caroms away. Stolen base number 6 of the year for Marquise Potts. So a runner in scoring position. You got the top of the lineup at the plate. This is something you really want to capitalize on if you're Tyler High. There's a throw back to second. Potts diving, and he's tagged out. Trying to get back into the bag. Boston Johnson, the freshman shortstop, playing it like a seasoned vet. He snuck up behind Potts, and the pickoff goes from Cates to Johnson, and now there's 2 away and the base is empty. That's exactly how you do it. Perfectly executed by Pine Tree. So that one misses away, and now we're at a 3-0 count on Viramontes. See if Viramontes maybe can reach via the walk, as he did not take the bat off his shoulder that time, and now the count is 3-1. Auto take 3-0. 3-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball back through the middle. Johnson ranging to his left. Big hop and his throw on to first. He makes it look easy for out number 3. So Tyler High does get a runner into scoring position, but a pickoff ends the threat, and we're through 3 here at historic Mike Carter Field. It's Pine Tree 3, Tyler High none. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then if you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Donnelly.
Back here from historic Mike Carter Field as we get ready to start the fourth inning. It's the Pirates 3 and the Lions none here on a gorgeous Tuesday night for baseball, even though the temperature is dipping a little bit. Dante Martinez pours the fastball by for strike one. Top of the fourth inning, Caden Donnelly, the center fielder, to lead off the charge as that one misses for a ball. Got now 1-1. Donnelly 0 for 1. He had a bunt up the first baseline his first time, which knocked in a run. Got a credit for an RBI. Nearly beat it out as well. So there's a slicer back near the Tyler High dugout. Now the count is 1-2. For Pine Tree, 3 runs, 2 hits. They made 1 error. For Tyler High, no runs, no hits. They have made 4 errors. 1-2 count. Martinez through the wide and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base side. I'll just update you once again. This is the high defensive alignment that you are seeing on your screen right now. De Leon, Potts, and Viramontes in the outfield. Salas, Higuera, Velasquez. Over at first base, by the way, it is Jose Zabaleta. That is not accurate. And the pitcher and catcher, Martinez and DeMarcus Pierce. Back to it, Dante Martinez. 1-2, and the pitch. Bounces in there. Count now 2-2. Tyler High on Friday will host Hallsville right here again at Mike Carter. First pitch at about 7 o'clock for that one. We'll have it covered once again here on Tyler ISD Athletics YouTube. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone. We're right here on Tyler ISD Athletics YouTube. Here's a Bermuda triangle up the first base line, and nearly making the catch was Zabaleta, who had to look right back into the lights, but couldn't get it. It's foul. Keep it right here at 2-2. It's one of the toughest plays there is, especially when you're looking right into the lights. You've got that triangle down the line, and nobody could get to it. So new life, Caden Donnelly. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Martinez, another strikeout as he tacks it up on Caden Donnelly. That's back-to-back punch-outs dating back to the third inning. Count them 6 now for Martinez and 1 away here in the fourth. Martinez just threw his 71st pitch. Now here's the bat of Brooks Brown, who squares the bunt and then pulls back. Ball 1. Brown walked, moved up to second on a base hit, and then stole third, but he was left stranded on third. Pine Tree had second and third up 3-0 in the second inning with just 1 out, but they left those runners on base, and that's why we're still at a 3-0 game. As Brown watches a fastball ride high that time. Count here is 2-0. There's a swing and a foul back. Count now 2-1. Other game that we're going to cover this week is actually on Saturday, and it's against Hallsville again. Tyler Legacy in Hallsville at Hallsville High School. That is a 2 o'clock start time. As the 2-1, scoring to bunt, pulling back is Brown. I don't know if he had any intention of actually bunting that. And now it's 2-2. Assuming that we can get connected and all ready to go over in Hallsville. Pregame will start for that one at about 1:45. Once again, Legacy in Hallsville. 2 o'clock start time on Saturday. Time called. Top of the order looms next. Dean McMillan, who's reached his first couple of times. That one bounces in there. Count now 3-2. Brooks Brown, the second baseman. He's a junior. Top of the order and a senior in McMillan waiting on deck. Plenty of blankets out in the crowd right now. Long sleeve sweatshirts. 3-2 fastball, and he got him for a called strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts now for Dante Martinez. He's got 7 of them on the night. Doesn't look like Brooks Brown is the happiest camper walking back to the dugout. 2 away, here's Dean McMillan. McMillan walked and scored his first time through to lead off the game. Then the second, he singled and stole a base, left stranded at second. There's a high fastball. Counts 1-0. Yeah, you see the blankets, long sleeves, sweatshirts. We're in the mid-60s here. It's a little bit cold for this time of year, I'm told, in East Texas. I'm still getting used to it. About 3 months removed from the cold winter of the Midwest. It's a 2-0 count here on the batter at the plate in McMillan. There is 2 outs in the inning. Hopefully your scoreboard is now accurate. We're in the top of the 4th. Just under 1 hour of game time. There's a swing and a screamer, but right to the screen over the Tyler High dugout. Dante Martinez just threw his 80th pitch of the contest. Two and one. Martinez winds and deals. There's a big cut. It's 2-2. He's been able to miss bats with the fastball. He's used the breaking ball a little bit, but it has been by and large that heater, and it has been working. He's got a chance to punch out the side here and potentially 8 on the night. 2-2 on Dean McMillan. And he got him swinging. Went right back to the fastball. Count him 4 straight for Dante Martinez as he strikes out the side here in the 4th. We're through 3.5. It's Pine Tree 3 and Tyler High 9. You're watching Tyler High Baseball.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Back in, ready to go here as we start the bottom of the 4th inning. Pine Tree 3, Tyler High none. You're watching Tyler High Baseball. I'm Reese Landon here with Tyler ISD Athletics as we start the bottom of the 4th inning, and it is the proverbial meat and potatoes. 2-3-4, Malachi De Leon, Dante Martinez, DeMarcus Pierce start the bottom of the 4th inning. Back out on the mound is MJ Cates, who's been really impressive. 3 shutout innings, hasn't allowed a hit yet for Pine Tree as that first one misses down and away for ball 1. All he's allowed is a walk and then a strikeout with an error on the catcher and McMillan on a drop third. As De Leon now ahead 2-0. De Leon bounced out unassisted to the first baseman, and Aranda his first time through. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Blasted the fastball by him that time. It's 2-1. Cates just went over the 40 pitch mark of this one, so he's got plenty of work to do. There's a fastball that finds the blind spot on the outside corner. It's 2-2. From the wind, the break even. And it just misses away. De Leon took a step at it, almost to say, look how far it is, and pitcher and Cates didn't get the call. We're full. Working quick, 3-2. And that one misses away for ball 4. So De Leon, who I mentioned in his first at-bat, is starting to find it a little bit with the bat, is aboard here to start the 4th inning with a walk. Second leadoff walk Tyler High has had here tonight. 1 on, none out. Here's Dante Martinez, who hit a ball really hard to left field his first time up, but right at the left fielder in Nefredi. And you can tell that Nefredi sensing maybe another. So there's a fastball up and in, ball 1. Tough to see all the way out there on your screen, but he's playing fairly deep. Center fielder in Donley back a bit as well. The right fielder in Montgomery more modest. De Leon inching off the bag as Martinez watches a high fastball, and they count out 2-0. So the command running a bit here on Cates here to start the 4th inning. He tries to ease it down a bit. De Leon over there on first, 4 for 4 on the year swiping bags. Tyler Eye's already swamped 2 today as here's a high pop-up, foul ground, looks to be playable. The catcher and McMillan with the mask off will glove it for out number 1. So Martinez set aside. 1 on, 1 out. DeMarcus Pierce coming to the plate. Pierce, the catcher, walked his first time. He was lifted for a pinch runner in John Cerna, who stole a base. So if Pierce reaches here, wouldn't be out of the question to think that Cerna maybe pinch runs again. So Pierce watches that one bounce off the turf. It's 1-0. De Leon, few steps off the first base bag, as there's a throwback by Cates. Kind of half-hearted. He has picked off a runner here tonight. As I mentioned coming into this one, Pine Tree's had a couple of really good wins on the year. They beat a Cannon team that right now is 14-4, 9-8. That was back on the 1st of March. As there's one that misses, 2-0. They also beat Malakoff, who's 9-5, 7-0. First 2 district games, a 10-0 loss to White House, and a 5-3 loss to Marshall. White House, the number 6 overall team in 5A. As Pierce swings and misses that time. It's 2-1. Marshall off to a hot start as well. They are 11-5. 2-1. Here it is. High. That one misses. Count has moved to 3-1. Well, Pierce potentially trying to get Tyler High another runner in scoring position, but they've been 0 for 2 so far at it. There's a swing and a miss that time. Now the count's full. Looming on deck is Velasquez and De Leon. You got to think that maybe Tyler High tries to put him in motion here to stay out of a double play. The count is full. De Leon runs, and it misses down and away, ball 4. Second walk of the inning here by Cates, who has now issued 3 free passes overall. And here's Felipe Velasquez, 2 on, just 1 out. And here comes the pinch runner once more, so Pierce will check out. Cerna will check in once again to run for him. Velasquez stands in. Struck out his first time as he watches the fastball away for ball 1. Well, Cates came into the inning with just 38 pitches overall, but he's already at 16 this inning, and he's only gotten 1 out so far. Can all change with 1 play, though, a double play. A check. Nobody really holding on the runners as that one bounces in, and it gets away from McMillan. That's a wild pitch from Cates. And now Tyler High has both runners in scoring position and no force out on the bags. First wild pitch surrendered by the right-hander in Cates. So second and third for Velasquez. And at the very minimum here, if you're head coach Seth Gibson, you're probably hoping for at least a productive out. Get your team on the scoreboard. A check. 2-0. Swing and a slicer back in foul. If Velasquez can just put bat to ball here, maybe a ground ball towards the middle infield. The middle infield is playing back. The corners are tight. You would find a way to scratch across a run. A check on second. Nobody really holding on the runners as Velasquez hacks and misses that time, and now it's 2-2. On deck, Juan Higuera. Tyler Hyde trying to find a way right now. Second and third and just one out. As that one misses. Count is now 3-2. Well, you have the open base down at first. That would set up a potential double play. But it would also be the third walk of the inning on the tally of MJ Cates. 3-2 and the pinch. Swinging a liner on a hop down to first, breaking for the plate. De Leon, the throw is not in time. De Leon, aggressive base running and just beats it. So doing the job is Velasquez by the slimmest of margins. A liner on a hop. It was a nice job to pick it that time by Aranda, the first baseman, but was not in time to get the double play. So an RBI for Felipe Velasquez and Tyler Hyde on the board. So here's Juan Higuera. Velasquez with his second RBI of the year, as there's a swing and a miss for strike one. Moving up to third was the pinch runner in John Cerna for DeMarcus Pierce. There's a swing and a miss. Fastball tied him in knots. It's 0-2. 3-1 now. Pine Tree still ahead, but Tyler Hyde chipping at it a bit. They've done it. A couple of walks in the inning. There's a swing and a miss, and out on strikes is Juan Higuera, but Tyler Hyde is on the board. It's an RBI off the bat of Felipe Velasquez, and we're through 4. Your score, Pine Tree 3, Tyler Hyde 1. You're watching Tyler Hyde.
If you love them enough... into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
We're back as we kick off the 5th inning. Colin Estes at the plate as he skies that one out of play. Dante Martinez back out of the mound for Tyler Hyde. He's been really, really good as of late. 4 straight strikeouts. 8 of them on the night, but this is pretty much status quo for Dante. More on that in a moment as there's a called strike. Now it's 0-2. Martinez this year came in 17 total innings. He had struck out 32 batters. That's nearly 2 per inning. It's a K per 9, north of 16. As the 0-2 misses down and away, it's 1-2. So now, heading into this batter on the year, he's pitched in overall 21 innings. And he struck out 40. The 1-2. And it bounces in there. The count now 2-2, but the pitch count is climbing. That was just pitch number 86 for him on the night. Capped at 110, so we'll see how long of a leash he'll get. 2-2 is punched straight into the turf. Count remains here at 2-2. Once again, in the bottom of this inning, we will have our trivia question of the night. And that being, which active MLB pitcher is the closest to 150 career wins? They're all really around the same realm. They're within 11, as here's a stinger down the left field line, and that's a fair ball, and that is going to roll a little bit. Moving over into foul ground is De Leon, and motoring into second base, a stand-up double off the bat of Colin Estes. Our first extra base hit of the night goes to Estes, who leads off the fifth inning with a two-bagger. But those options for closest to 150 wins: A, Johnny Cueto; B, Lance Lynn; C, Madison Bumgarner; or D, Garrett Cole, as Seth Gibson is now out to the mound. And here comes the infield for Tyler High as they get ready to talk it over. I will say, out of those options, Cueto, Lynn, Bumgarner, Cole, the closest to 150, the answer is not who I would have guessed. Actually, who I would have guessed has the least on that list. So take that in the back of your thinking, I suppose. Well, you have this break again. We'll show you the defensive alignment for Tyler High on the field right now. As you can see right there, pretty much the same. We'll see if there's any adjustments as we go on into this one. Dante Martinez with his pitch count starting to climb. Maybe he is on a bit of a shorter leash, and we could have a pitching change here soon. So we're back to baseball here. Runner on second, nobody out. And the bat of Boston Johnson at the plate. Johnson, the freshman shortstop, is K'd a couple of times as he watches a high fastball. Count is 1-0. Darkness over Mike Carter Field here in Tyler. Trees are starting to grow into the outfield. Makes it look a lot nicer. As winter turns to spring. As here's a bunt popped up behind the plate. Pierce on his horse, and he just can't get to it. Slightly out of his reach. That bunt was popped straight up in the air. So the count now 1-1. Johnson back into the box. He's a freshman hitting in the 3 spot, and there are some underclassmen in this lineup, but Pine Tree looks like they are getting help in a big way next year. More than that in a moment. 1-1. And this is a great bunt. Salas barehand pick, and he doesn't make a throw. Instead, looking the runner back. Probably the smart move. It's a bunt single for Boston Johnson, and it's first and third with nobody out for Pine Tree. And here comes Seth Gibson once again, and it looks like we may have a potential change in store. Infield is not coming out now.
Batting pitcher number 3,
and Gibson is going to take the ball. So Martinez's night is going to be done, and we are going to have a new pitcher for Tyler High. We're going to take a short break. When we bring it back, we'll tell you about the new pitcher. You're watching Tyler High.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov. If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There there's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car.
We're back here quickly out of the break as we have a pickle. I didn't even have the time to mention the new pitcher as Martinez looking the runner back, and now he's chasing the runner off of third base, and we have a rundown. Throw back to third, and safe at third base, just barely. That time is the runner. And Estes moving up to second goes Johnson. And wow, what the sequence of events that time. So Seth Gibson now out to argue maybe on the call, but it's tough to think that this would be overturned. So we're back to it. Oscar Salas is on the mound for the moment. Seth Gibson talking it over with the umpires. And it appears that he maybe has an explanation. So the steal for Johnson, the new pitcher into the game, is Oscar Salas for Tyler High. As we'll now get the new defensive alignment, as you can see on your screen in just a moment. That is the new defensive alignment. Dante Martinez goes to short. Juan Higuera moves from short to third. Oscar Salas moves from third and then on to the mound. As here's a pinch, skied in the air a mile high by MJ Cates. Shallow on the infield and backpedaling Dante Martinez. He will put the squeeze on it for the first out. So one away.
First baseman number 10, Jose Aranda.
And here comes the bat of Jose Aranda. Second and third with just one out. The infield draws in here for Tyler High. So Salas into the game. We didn't even really get to talk about Oscar Salas, but he comes into this one. 6 games pitched in. No record. He's made 1 start. ERA a tick over 11. In 8.2 innings, walking 9, striking out 8. Scoring the bunt here and trying maybe for the safety squeeze, but that ball's bunted foul. Count here, 0-1. It's Jose Aranda at the plate, 0 for 2. He did reach on an error. Tyler Hyde trying to find a way to jump out of a big-time jam. As that one skips in there, and it's going to get away from Pierce. So Pine Tree is going to get that run back that they surrendered in the bottom of the 4th. In to score on the play comes the runner, and Estes, it is 4-1. Johnson moves up to third, and we'll see if the bunt sign's still on for Aranda. So the wild pitch scores a run. That's the second time Pine Tree has scored a run on a wild pitch here tonight. Infield still in, the 1-1. Swung on, popped up, shallow right with the infield in. They'll have to back up, and the first baseman, Zabaleta, makes the catch. Calling for it, 2 away. So another pop-out generated by Salas. By the way, that run is charged to Dante Martinez. Can't close the book on him yet. The runner on third base right now. And Boston Johnson is still his responsibility. As that first pitch misses for ball one here to Travion Nafrady. Nafrady 0 for 2. He did reach on an error back in the second, and he came all the way around to score. It was on a hard hit ball to the second baseman in Velasquez. 1-0. Misses down and away. It's 2-0. So to start this inning, the double by Estes down the third baseline. Then the base hit on the bunt, a perfect bunt by Boston Johnson. Pop out to short, pop out to third. But in the midst of it, a wild pitch scored a run, and boy, would Oscar Salas like to have that one back. Three 3-0 as
Now batting right
so
fielder,
runners on the
18,
corners.
Dalen Montgomery.
2 away. Here's Dalen Montgomery. As the runner takes off here with 2 outs, they're trying to get the runner home before the end of the inning. The throw to the plate is just late. Oh my goodness. By the slimmest of margins, diving in there, Boston Johnson, and Pine Tree has made it a 4-run lead. Well, Pierce thought he had him, but it was just late. And perfectly executed again on the rundown by Pine Tree. 5-1 Pirates. So that'll now close the book on Dante Martinez. Peek at second. And there's one over the outside corner for a strike. Oh, and 1 is the count. As that one bounces in there, the count now 1-1. So Martinez goes 4 innings plus 2 batters. The 1-1 misses high. It's now 2-1. He allows 5 total runs, although only 3 of which were earned. On 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 8. Runner on second in Nafrady. Montgomery back and waiting. 2-1. Swinging a slow roller up the first baseline, and that will stay fair, and then out at first base. Zabaleta just tagging the bag, and that'll end the inning. 2 runs home for Pine Tree as they've now made it 5-1 after 4.5. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm 1 of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find
Tinker.
Well, we're back here and getting ready to start the bottom of the fifth as we have a pinch hitter off the bench. So remember, it was Micah Johnson hitting in the 7th spot, DHing. Jose Zabaleta took his spot in the field. And now we have a pinch hitter for Johnson. Here's Raymond Tinker. Enters the game batting from the right side. First pitch, and that misses down for ball 1. So Tinker in. Johnson had just one at-bat where he struck out. Called strike to Tinker. Count now 1-1. As Tinker swings and misses that time, and now it's 1-2. Tinker this year has a couple of hits, 15 overall tries. 1-2. Bounces in there and looked like it got the catcher that time in McMillan as well as the home plate umpire as Tinker goes back to grab it. It's a 2-2 count. As Tinker saunters back near the box. And the 2-2. That misses down. Count has now moved to 3-2. As Tinker watches ball 4. So nice job that time by Raymond Tinker to video feed with the scoreboard and everything up for you in just a moment. Once again, I'm Reese Landon with Tyler ISD Athletics. We have been experiencing some technical difficulties, to say the least, lately, but like I said, I'm hopefully able to get everything up and running, and hopefully you can watch from wherever you are right now. It is now 6-2. Tyler Hyatt, an RBI single in the bottom of the 5th inning, and then we just witnessed, before we came back on, an inside the park home run. Caden Donnelly, the center fielder, hit that inside the park home run, so hoping that we are back and running clearly. Count is 3-2 here on Brooks Brown. Yeah, it's a shame we missed the inside the park home run. I mean, it was some type of play. As here's the ball, barreled straight away center, shallow. Potts coming on, and he makes the catch. Nice job, Marquise Potts. Brooks Brown retired, 1 away. Back out on the mound once again is Oscar Salas.
Now batting, catcher number 7.
For the blue and the white.
McMillan.
Hopefully we can get this scoreboard up and running. It is 6-2, I can tell you that, with 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Oscar Salas is pitched that time, missing high. Pine Tree leads 6-2. 1 out here, top 6. Here's a bullet, but foul. Third base side. Okay, looks like we have our score graphic back and ready to go. So anyone that was watching that is now not watching that you know of, you can tell them our stream is up and running again. Top of the 6th inning, just 1 out. Base is empty. We're back at the top of the order for Dean McMillan. 1 for 2 today. That one is in there. We're at the off speed. Now it's 2-2. McMillan 1 for 2. Walked, singled, stole a base, scored a run. Spark plug at the top of the order. He's done exactly what Pine Tree needs. That one misses inside. We have moved to a full count. Three and 2, Oscar Salas trying to put away the batter at the plate. As that one misses, down and away, ball 4. Second walk of the game for Dean McMillan. Runner on or runner out. Here's Colin Estes, who's had a big day. Reached twice, once on an error, 1 for 3, but doubled, also scored a run. Pinch runner off the bench here to run for the catcher McMillan. For the second time, it's going to be the same exact pinch runner. Off the bench to run here is number 9, Braylon Davis.
Braylon Davis at first as the pinch runner.
So Davis to run. Davis over at first. Here's the bat of Colin Estes as he watches a called strike 1. Once again, other games going on tonight. Hallsville and Longview. I don't have any finals. I wish I did. But Hallsview and Longview squaring off tonight. Long pause as that one just misses, and now the count 1-1. Marshall headed up to Texas High. Those 2 playing tonight. Then Mount Pleasant and White House. That's District 15, 5A action. Both these teams obviously a piece of that pie. 1-1. Here it is. Misses away. The count now 2-1. Estes at the plate. Boston Johnson, who singled, stole 2 bases, and scored his last time through, is on deck. We are nearing the 9 o'clock hour here in Tyler. Didn't even get a chance to answer the trivia question back in the bottom of the 5th, so we'll get to that here shortly as Estes is hit. Hit by
Now
pitch.
batting number
Colin
14,
Estes.
Boston Johnson.
The board up to second base goes McMillan. Here's Boston Johnson. But once again, for those who were listening at the time, our trivia question from earlier is, which active MLB pitcher out of this group of four is closest to 150 wins? A, Johnny Cueto, B, Lance Lynn, C, Madison Bumgarner, or D, Garrett Cole? For what it's worth, I would have picked Madison Bumgarner, but it is not Madison Bumgarner. He actually has the least. He has 134 wins. The most active wins, closest to 150, Garrett Cole. He has 145. Johnny Cueto right behind him, quite literally. He has 144. And then Lance Lynn has 136. Here's Boston Johnson, 2 on, just 1 out. As Johnson watches that one for ball 1. Tyler High once again back home on Friday. That is a 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll have that covered right here on Tyler ISD Athletics. Click the subscribe button. Get notified for all of our upcoming games. There's a slicer back. And then on Saturday, be going out to Hallsville. Connection pending on that. We'll see. But assuming we are able to get connected and good to go in Hallsville, Tyler Legacy in Hallsville. 2 o'clock first pitch, pregame 1:45. First baseman in Zabaleta playing way up. On the corner, 1-1. That misses down. It's now 2-1. Long hold from the belt. As the 2-1, and that finds the bottom of the zone. We're even at 2-2. On deck, MJ Cates, the pitcher, who's thrown 80 pitches in this contest. We'll see if he goes back out for the 6th inning. Tyler High's made him work as of late, though. Runs in each of the last 2, bottom of the innings. Bottom of the 4th, bottom of the 5th. 2-2, and Johnson is down swinging. 2 away, Boston Johnson, his 3rd strikeout of the day. It's the freshman back to the bench. Here's MJ Cates. Cates is the only man in this lineup who has not reached base today, despite being the cleanup hitter, but he's got a powerful bat, 0 for 3. Popped out to short his last time up as he calls time before the first pitch. For Pine Tree, 6 runs, 5 hits. They made 3 errors. Tyler High, 2 runs. They have 1 hit, and they've made 4 errors. His first pitch is grounded back through the middle off the glove of the pitcher that time in Salas, and everybody is safe. Well, in retrospect, he probably should have just let that one go, but he couldn't tell the defense behind him. Tried to make a play on it. Did knock it down, but it deflected the wrong direction. So the 5th error of the game on Tyler High will bring the bat of Jose Aranda to the plate. And now with Cates reaching, everyone in the lineup has reached one fashion or the other. Well, bases juice. There's no way to put Aranda, or nowhere to put Aranda. 0 for 3, but he has reached on an error, as that first one misses down for ball 1. One and 0 count here on Aranda. As he swings and swats this one high in the air, foul ground, and out of play, and a nice catch. How about that? Look at the hands down there right next to the Tyler High dugout on the fly. Looked like a pro doing it. I wish we had that on video. Underhand catch and everything. Didn't even reach up. He was just ready for it. That's what you call locked in. One and 1 is the count here on the batter at the plate in Aranda. swings and grounds this one. Left side could be a tough play on to get it. The third baseman in Higuera, and he throws it into right field. 2 runs are going to score for Pine Tree as they have really started to break this one open. It is 8-2. Another error, 6 of them now on the night for Tyler High, and that one will plate 2 runs. Well, you understood the thinking. Higuera probably knowing he had to go the short way. And he did. He just missed the second baseman in Velasquez. So everyone's safe. It's first and third, and now an 8-2 game. Here's Travion Nefrady. As that first one misses inside, runner takes off and no throw. Nefrady 0 for 2, reached on an error and scored, walked and also stole a base. Those runs will be unearned as that one just misses away. It's now 2-0, unearned against the line of Salas. 8th batter of the inning as Nefrady watches a strike. Two and one is the count. Long pause. And the pitch. That one misses down. Count now 3-1 as the throwback gets away from Salas momentarily, but no advance. Tyler High trying to limit the damage right now, just 3 in the inning. (3-1) is swatted high in the air. Third base side, drifting into foul ground. Higuera can't find it. 2 more runs are going to score. Motoring all the way into second goes Nefrady. It is 10-2. All the errors continuing to haunt Tyler High. That is error number 7. It looked like the third baseman that time, and Higuera just lost it in the lights. Had some backspin on it as well, and that certainly did not help him. That was a tough catch to make. So in to score on the play is Cates. Aranda motors all the way around from first base. Nefrady, he's into second as there's one that misses to Dallin Montgomery, the 9th batter of the inning. (1-0), and that is High. It's now 2-0. Just a tough spot to be right now. If you're Oscar Salas, 5 runs home, however, only one of them has been earned. 2-0. That finds the outside corner. 2-1. 3-4-5 due up for Tyler High in the bottom of this inning. And it's important for Tyler High to find a way to keep it at 10-2, because if Montgomery can find a way to score, it makes it a 10-run lead and then the chance at a mercy. So that one just misses up. It's now 3-1. On deck is the man who started the whole charge. We didn't even get it on video. Caden Donnelly with an inside the park home run. So that one misses up and away for ball 4. A walk here for Dalen Montgomery, his 2nd time aboard here tonight.
Now batting number 1.
First and second, 2 outs. Caden Donnelly. Donnelly, the center fielder, standing in for the 2nd time this inning. 2 on and 2 out. First pitch is hit in the air, straightaway center. Potts in back pedal mode, but he'll make the catch for out number 3. But Pine Tree breaks it wide open. They put 5 on the board. They lead 10-2 as we're off to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm one of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We start the bottom of the 6th inning, a much different game than we had before at 10-2. But nonetheless, here comes Dante Martinez to start it off for Tyler High. Martinez started the game on the mound, moved to short as he watches a called strike 1. Oh, 1, and that just misses. Actually, rather bounced in there. Now the count is 1-1. As you can see, bottom of the 6th inning. As here's a swing and a line drive on a couple of hops over to short. And fielded cleanly, 1 out here in the 6th inning. So Martinez retired, 1 away. Here comes DeMarcus Pierce, who's walked a couple of times here today. Pierce will take his hacks. Does not have the official at-bat with the 2 walks. I think this game time even waiting on me a bit. Lost our stream for a little bit as it crashed. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. My voice is starting to go a little bit. I need to get up on the cough drops, I think, but I don't have any at my disposal right now. A 1-0 count here on DeMarcus Pierce. That one rides up high, 2-0. It's MJ Cates still on the mound here, pushing at 85 pitches. You would think he's got a shot to end this 6th inning. 2-0. Pierce watches a fastball down Broadway. It's 2-1. Two-one count, and that one bounces in there. 3-1, so Pierce a chance for his 3rd walk of the game. On deck, Felipe Velasquez. (3-1), and that is shot back and out of play. Pierce tardy on it. We've gone full. On the flip side of things, baseball-wise, Tyler Legacy does not have any district games this week. I've already talked about the Hallsville game on Saturday. You can catch that right here as there is a swing and a miss by Pierce, who's done swinging 2 away. So the strikeouts have honestly come in bunches here tonight for Cates, and that is now 7 of them. He got 3 in a row in the 2nd. He got 1 in the 4th, 2 in a row in the 5th, and now 1 here in the 6th. 2 outs for Velasquez. That first one is in there for a strike. Tyler High committing 3 errors in that ill-fated top of the 6th inning. Count now 1-1. Committing 3 errors in the inning. There was actually only 1 hit, and it was the leadoff inside the park home run by Caden Donnelly. So that one bounces about 5 feet in front of the plate, the good old 55er. Count now 2-1. But by and large, this starter in MJ Cates, he's pitched really well. He's only allowed 1 hit. Back through the motions. 2-1 is a big swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Just threw his 93rd pitch. Still looks in control. Fastball's lively as ever, and he finds it right there over the outside corner. A called strike 3. 8 punch outs now for the right-hander in MJ Cates. We're through 6 innings. It is Pine Tree 10, Tyler High 2. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I never got a college degree. Now I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm 1 in a million, when actually I'm 1 of millions.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We're back here from Mike Carter, and we have some defensive changes, and quite a bit of them. So Nico Viramontes is going to take over on the mound. He moves to the mound from right field. Now behind the plate is John Cerna. Cerna taking over for DeMarcus Pierce. So Cerna into his 3rd game of the year in the field. Cerna catches. Higuera will move off of 3rd. DeMarcus Pierce replaces him there. And taking the spot of Viramontes in right field is Oscar Salas. So defensive changes all over the place. As we get ready to start the 7th inning, it'll be Brooks Brown to lead it off. 9-1-2 due up. As Pine Tree back to the bat rack. First pitch, and it misses for ball 1. Brooks Brown flew out to center his last time. That made the first out of the 6th inning. As that one misses, and now the count 2-0. Brooks Brown today, a walk, stolen base, strikeout, and then that fly out to center. 9-1-2, Brown, McMillan, Estes due up. Viramontes 2-0, and that finds the top of the zone for a strike. It's 2-1. Viramontes this year has pitched in 4 games, an ERA a shade over 10, 8 1/3 innings. He's walked 5 batters. So that one misses high. Now it is 3-1. Scoreboard now should be correct. We have entered the top of the 7th inning. A 10-2 lead for Pine Tree. That one misses wide, ball 4. Leadoff walk here for Brooks Brown to begin the 7th inning. 1 on, none out. We're back to the top of the lineup. Here's Dean McMillan.
Batting number 7, Dean McMillan.
For Longview, Pine Tree, 1 run in the first, 2 in the second. They were blanked in the third and the fourth, but they got 2 in the fifth and then 5 in the sixth inning. For Tyler High, 1 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth. So there's a called strike from Viramontes to McMillan, who's been active all over the bags here tonight. Couple of walks, base hit, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. He swings and drives this one into left center field. De Leon moving over, and he'll track it down on the hop. His throw's going to come all the way to third base. A close play, but not in time. Advancing on to second with the double goes McMillan, and it's second and third with nobody out here for Pine Tree.
Pinch runner is number 9.
So a 2-bagger for McMillan, and Braylon Davis is going to replace him on the base pass once again.
At the plate,
So the
number
catcher
4,
quickly
Colin
lifted.
Estes.
Now here's Colin Estes. Brown moving up to third on the play, and Estes to stand in. Tyler High infield creeping in a little bit. Estes, a man who can do damage with the bat, watches strike 1. He's doubled, also been hit by a pitch. Scored 2 runs, reached on an error. So he swings and hits this one a mile in the air, but way out of play. He's up and in. You can tell he's just trying to tee off on it a bit. Now he's behind 0-2. Oh and 2. We're back to it. And the pitch. This is high, floating that time, 1-2. On deck is the bat of Boston Johnson. So here's a swing and a ground ball through the left side. It's into left field for a hit. Wave is on around third base for the runner in McMillan. Throw to the plate is offline up the first baseline. It'll be a 2-run single. Advancing on to second goes Estes. 12-2 Pine Tree. So they tack on a couple of extra runs now. Those are the first RBIs by Estes, who's got his second hit of the game. So here's Boston Johnson. 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts, but also singled, stole 2 bases, and has scored. Runner on second, nobody out. As the first pitch is in there for strike 1. If you're Tyler High, you've got to try to forget about this and get ready for Friday. And they have a tough test coming against the Hallsville squad that'll roll into town Friday, first pitch 7 p.m. This ball's hit high in the air, foul ground, down the left field line, and just out of play. De Leon gave it some pursuit, but can't get to it. Keep it right here at 0-2. As there's a excuse me swing. I think it was coming up and in, and just getting a piece of it was Johnson. Keep it right here at 0-2. Tyler High just trying to find 3 outs quickly. Get this one moving. We're at almost 2 hours and 10 minutes of game time. Here's a ball lined into right field. That's a hit. Moving all the way over to get it is Salas, and it goes under his glove. This will score a run easily. Motoring all the way on to third goes the runner in Johnson. He is in there safely. It is 13-2. So the hits are coming fast and furious here in the 7th inning. We rolled a base hit and then an E9 on Salas.
MJ Cates.
And now it's going to be the bat of MJ Cates, as we have a meeting between the head coach of Longview Pine Tree and Jared Davidson. It looks like Boston Johnson is going to be lifted here. We have a pinch runner. Grayson Shave, the senior outfielder, will pinch run. So Estes scores on the play. Johnson gets credited with a single, an RBI, and then a two-base error. There's one hit foul. It's 0-1 here on MJ Cates, who is pitching in this one. We'll see if he goes back out for perhaps the complete game. Is at 94 pitches. Count now 1-1. A 1-1 count on deck. Still looks like it's going to be Jose Aranda. So here's one fouled back. We moved to 1-2. We've had several 2 strikeouts in the inning, but walk, double, single has brought home 3 runs and enabled Pine Tree to have a runner on third and pretty much put this one to bed. It was already broken wide open. The 1-2. Swinging a grounder over to short. A couple of hops. Martinez bobbles, picks up, long throw, and it is not in time. Not fielded cleanly either by Zabaleta over at first base.
Now batting number 10, Jose Aranda.
Here's Jose Aranda. Runner going here. First pitch as it misses away and in safely to second. Goes the base runner that time. MJ Cates. Still stealing. 13-2 game. Runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. As that one floats over the outside corner. Count out 1-1. Jose Aranda. 0 for 4. Has reached on 2 errors and come around to score once. 8 errors have just bogged down Tyler High's chances. Here's a fly ball, right center field. Moving over, Salas makes the catch. Tagging are the runners. His throw going to go on to third. It's a good one. And out easily at third base that time is the runner in MJ Cates. So a double play. Run does score on the play. Now 2 away. So Salas will get credit with the outfield assist. Run scores. Base is now empty. Here's Travion Nafrady. First pinch, and that misses for ball 1. So 4 runs and counting home for Pine Tree. As Nafrady watches that one high. Nafrady 0 for 3, reached on 2 errors, scored a run, walked, and stole a base. Back in holding as that one floats up and in. It's now 3-0. Well, this was at one point a 3-0 game and then a 5-2 game as late as the top of the 6th inning. But it's just been a barrage as of late for Pine Tree as there's a 2-out walk for Travion Nafrady. So for the 2nd straight inning, Pine Tree will bat around. Here's Dalen Montgomery. Montgomery 1 for 3. A base hit, a walk, and a run scored. As he watches that first one bounce in there for ball 1. One and 0 is the count. Frady waits as he watches that one in there. Count now 1-1. As I mentioned, Tyler High's got to regroup quickly Friday against Hallsville. With the 2 home games this week, it's now 1-2. With the 2 home games this week, next week, to wrap up March, features a couple of games on the road at Marshall next Tuesday, at Mount Pleasant next Friday. Both games, 7 o'clock first pitch. So here's one off the end of the bat, a cue shot, foul. Count remains right here at 1-2. The 9th batter of the inning in Dalen Montgomery. Next is Caden Donnelly, who batted twice in the 6th inning and will have a chance to bat for the 3rd time in 2 innings if Montgomery reaches, as he skies this one foul and back to the screen. Right near me, actually, but on top of the netting. Can't reach my hand out. We saw a really good catch in the stands already once today. I think my playing days are behind me. I don't think I'm making that catch with the bare hand. The 1-2. Swinging a grounder over towards second and underneath the glove of Velasquez into right center field. That ball is going to roll and roll some more. Runners are going to stop here at 2nd and 3rd. And another error here on Tyler High. So 2nd and 3rd here. 2 away. And the 10th batter of the inning. Here comes Caden Donnelly. Go down as an E4 that time. The errors have really bit Tyler High as of late. So Donnelly, 1 for 4, but he made his 1-hit count, an inside the park home run. First pitch misses way high from Viramontes for ball 1. So now getting to bat for the 3rd time in 2 innings. Donnelly waiting. See, he swings and taps that one foul right around home plate. Count is 1-1. Donnelly hits this one in the air, fairly well struck right center field. Long run, and Potts won't get to it. It's into the alley. 2-run score. Donnelly chugging around second, tearing for 3. Throw to third is close, and out at third base is Donnelly. Well, he probably should have slid, and he knows it, but it is now a 16-2 game. A great relay from Dante Martinez. We're off to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 16-2 Pine Tree. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube. We're back here as we get ready to start the bottom of the 7th inning. 16-2, Pine Tree leading this one. Reese Lanham with Tyler ISD Athletics as John Cerna will stand in here. He's batting in the spot of Juan Higuera. First pitch coming, a new pitcher on the mound as well, and Colin Estes, as you see his fastball pop there for strike one. Third at-bat of the season for Cerna as he looks for his first hit. Swings and misses that time. 0-2. Estes struck out 12 batters the last time these two teams played, April 14th, 2023. So he gets a swing and a miss, and down swinging John Cerna. You can see Estes really has something in the tank. Just pulls back and fires. Also, Dalen Montgomery moving from right to third. Don't have an initial read on who's in right now, but I think it might be the pitcher. And Kate's out there. So Raymond Tinker, who walked, stole a base, and came around to score after pinch hitting in the 5th inning. Standing in, watching ball one. He made it a 5-2 game, but that is as close as Tyler High got. 11 unanswered runs in the top of the 6th, and the top of the 7th has completely blown the doors off and then some as Pine Tree has taken the 16-2 lead. 1-1 is over the outside corner. Tinker behind 1-2. Tyler High, barring a miracle of miracles, they are going to drop to 0-3 in district play. Pine Tree will improve to 1-2. There's a ball away. It's 2-2 on Tinker. From the wind, 2-2. Fastball, and there's a called strike 3. Caught looking Tinker, and now Tyler High is down to their final out. So here comes Oscar Salas for the 3rd time today. Bounced out and struck out. Final line, by the way, for MJ Cates, who's going to pick up the win in this one. 6 innings, just 1 hit, 2 runs, both of which being earned. Walked 4, struck out 8. There's a fastball on the outside. No, just off the outside corner. Ball 1. Stick around after the finale of this one. A short, quick post-game show to recap everything that happened in this one. Counts even at 1-1. Estes, the pitch. Way up and in. And ducking out of the way that time, Oscar Salas. That is a scary one if you're the hitter, especially with the rocket coming out of the right hand of Estes. Salas having to get back into the box, readjust. He's at 2-1 though. That fastball misses away. It's now 3-1. So Salas trying to keep this game alive. Pine Tree trying to close the book, but it's a 3-1 count. Estes winds and deals. And it misses high. Fastball, and Salas is aboard. 5th walk of the game for Tyler High as Salas will park over at first base. 1 on, 2 out. Marquise Potts. Potts standing in. Another chance at the dish. As that one's in there for strike 1. Potts today, a strikeout, but he reached first on a drop third, then stole a base, was left stranded, or rather was picked off there, and then struck out his 2nd time. As he watches that one high, it's 1-1. Next is Nico Viramontes, if it could get to him. 1-1 is up and away, and Estes trying to find it. Well, he's their hard thrower, and certainly they're probably just trying to get him some work here, get him ready for Friday. District play rages on. We're in the early goings of it. 2-1. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. Estes has got it. Underhand flip on to first. That's your ball game. Our final here tonight. It is Longview Pine Tree 16, Tyler High 2. We're going to take a break. We'll bring it back in just a moment for the wrap-up. You're watching Tyler High Baseball right here on YouTube. Back here, just having gone final at Tyler, or rather at Mike Carter Field. My apologies, audio was cutting out for a second, but we have just gone final at Mike Carter Field. I'm Reese Landon here with Tyler ISD Athletics. You can see the final on your screen, 16-2, but that score is very misleading until the 6th inning. Tyler High was down 5-2 headed into the 6th inning, but 5 runs for Pine Tree in the 6th and 6 in the 7th. Broke this one wide open to a 16-2 final. Look at the final tallies in this one. Tyler High just unable to get the bats going. 1 total hit. That was an RBI single, though, off the bat of Nico Viramontes, but it fell short 16-2. Once again, we'll be back at it on Friday on YouTube. Hallsville, really good Hallsville team coming to Mike Carter to face Tyler High. That is a 7 o'clock start time. The win in this one goes to MJ Cates, 6 innings of 2-run ball. He struck out 8. The loss goes to Dante Martinez, 4 innings of 3 earned run ball. He struck out 8 as well. Until next time, I'm Reese Landon with Tyler ISD Athletics. Subscribe, like, do whatever you may. Remember, if you subscribe, you can get post notifications on and be notified of any future broadcasts. Once again, later broadcasts this week. Friday against Hallsville, Tyler High Baseball. Saturday, Tyler Legacy Baseball at Hallsville. Until then, I'm saying so long here tonight, just short of the 9:30 hour. 16-2 your final. Pine Tree over Tyler High. Have a great night, everyone.